In this video, I'm going to show you my favorite low back stretches to help relieve low back pain in the comfort of your home. Let's get to it. My name is Dr. John Saunders, Newmarket Chiropractor. We all have experienced low back pain and stiffness. This video, I'm going to go through with you my favorite low back stretches to help relieve low back pain in the comfort of your own home. Before we start, there is not one muscle that causes low back pain. Oftentimes, it's a multitude of many muscles, not only in your lower back, but around your hip. So we're going to focus on a routine that you're going to move through a few stretches that's going to hit all those important areas. And if you like content like this, please hit our subscribe button below so you can be informed of our future videos. Okay, let's get right to it. I want you to realize that some of these stretches might be easy for you and some might be difficult. What you want to do is you want to push into the stretch to your comfort level. Don't go beyond that. You're going to injure yourself. And if you have a specific question about a specific exercise because you're dealing with a specific back issue, leave it in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer it for you. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to start off very gently. One muscle group that is often overlooked are our hamstrings. Our hamstrings attach to the bottom part of our pelvis and our leg, so we want to do some gentle hamstring stretches. An easy, nice, gentle stretch to help with your lower back pain is we're going to stretch one leg at a time. Get into this position and we're just going to slowly, gently reach forward. You're going to feel that really in the back of your leg. I have very tight hamstrings, and it's a very important stretch for us all to make sure we're doing very regularly. With all of these stretches, we want to have a gentle reach, and we don't want to be bobbing up and down. We want to very gently reach into the stretch until we feel a really good tension in the muscle, this specific one in the back of our leg. And we want to hold this for between 20 and 40 seconds. And we're going to do it 3 to 4 times on each leg. You'll notice that the longer you hold the stretch, you can bring it in and get a little bit deeper stretch. Again, go to your tolerance level and don't push it. We've all pushed it and we've all paid for that push, so to speak, the next day. Again, the opposite leg, same thing. We're just going to reach. Some of you might be able to reach your foot, your toe. Another thing you could use is a towel, but we just want to really reach in to that stretch. As I say, you'll feel in the back of your leg. You might feel a little bit in your lower back too. As long as there's no pain, that is completely fine. So one of the reasons our hamstrings are very tight these days is because we're sitting. We're sitting on a chair and our legs are hanging down at 90 degrees. It's causing a shortening of these muscles. So it's very important that we stretch them out. Another muscle that we want to stretch is our psoas. Just like we talked about with the hamstring, when you're sitting, your leg is in flexion and it's causing a shortening of your psoas muscle. The psoas muscle is a muscle that attaches from your upper leg into your lower back, and it can cause low back pain if that muscle is tight and not functioning properly. So there's 2 variations of this stretch. The first one, we're going to lie on our side. You could have a pillow here too if you need one. Very gently, a pillow here or your arm. We're going to bring our legs up to about 90 degrees, and we're just going to take our top leg and we're going to bring it back. We're going to grab our ankle and we're going to slowly pull back. What you should do is you should feel in the front of your thigh, even deep into your abdominal wall, down the front, and you might even feel it right down the front of your thigh. This is a very easy but effective stretch. Again, you're going to hold this for 20 to 40 seconds, and we're going to do 3 to 4 on each leg. If you're feeling that in the front of the thigh, you know you are doing this properly. You should not feel this one in your lower back. If you are, you need to bring your legs up a little bit higher so that you're not hyperextending your lower back. And again, just a nice simple stretch. The other thing is you need to remember is when we're stretching these muscles, we're not stretching an individual muscle. We're stretching many muscles that could be pain-generating muscles for your lower back. This is why a single stretch is okay, but consecutive stretches are much better. And what I mean by that is you should put a few of these stretches that I'm showing you together in a daily routine and do them consistently so you can actually get relief from your lower back pain. The next stretch also involves the psoas muscle, and it's a little bit different. It's maybe a little bit more advanced, but it's very effective as well. Very simply, we're going to get on our knee and our foot, and we want to make sure our pelvis and low back line up here. But what we're going to do is we're going to step forward, and what we're going to do is we're going to slightly extend back. And what you should do is, you should feel it in the front of the thigh. We don't want to jam the SI joint or the lower back, because if you have any problems with that area, it could irritate it. So again, what you want to do is you want to just lean into it. You want to fire your glute forward, and what you'll feel is that the front of the leg on the floor is going to open up and stretch that. If you're having trouble feeling that stretch, you can actually bring your same arm on the same leg, and we can tilt just to the side. This is one of my favorite stretches. And again, we'll hold this for 20 to 40 seconds, repeating it 3 to 4 times. Let me show you on the other side as well. So again, very simply and again, very gently, we're going to bring the knee forward a little bit. We're going to fire our glute and push forward with the lower leg. If you feel that in the front, you're where you want to be. What you don't want to do is feel it in your lower back. Again, if you want a further stretch, arm up, and we're going to come back and we're going to push forward with our glute and slightly extend and just laterally flex away, and you will feel that really deeply in the front of your hip. Love this stretch. So the next stretch we're going to do is a very simple but effective one as well. It stretches the gluteal area or the gluteus muscles, and this is again a very important muscle to stretch because it's implicated in low back pain. Very simple, excellent stretch, and we're going to show you 2 different ways to do this. Again, this can be a very important muscle to stretch when it comes to low back pain due to where it attaches both to the pelvis and low back. Very simply, we're going to be on our back, and we're going to take one knee up and just pull in to our stomach or to our chest. Again, very slow. Really feel the stretch. You should feel the stretch all through the glute, right up to the top of the pelvis, and even into the groin in some cases if it's really tight. An alternative for this would be to do it at the same time. Again, grasp your hands, nice, slow stretch. This actually does a little bit of traction in the lower back as well as stretch out the glutes. The next stretch we're going to do is going to focus on the lower back itself. A very good stretch, very important to be controlled. For this one, we're going to start on our back. We're going to bring our knee up. We're going to take our arms and plant them to the side, and we're going to take our one leg, our one hand, and we're going to bring this up, and we're going to pull over as we look to the opposite direction. This is a very good stretch for your glutes, for your QL muscles in your lower back, your pelvis, and some of the deep stabilizers. And again, we're going to hold this for 20 to 40 seconds, 3 to 4 sets. Again, you feel it through here, you'll feel it through here. No jerking movements, very slow and controlled. That feels really good. The next stretch I'm going to show you that's going to help with your lower back pain is one that affects the hip muscles. Things like the piriformis, your gluteal muscles, even your iliopsoas to some extent. And we're going to come down. We're going to bring one leg up. We take our ankle of the opposite leg onto the knee. If this is tight in this position, then stay in this position. It's completely fine. It's where you're at. You want to stretch to where you're at, not stretch till you injure yourself. Again, we're going to open up the pelvis. If you're not getting much stretch, you can bring this leg off the ground. And again, you can try to scooch this leg up even further. Try to get back onto the ground. Let me show you from the opposite side again, a very good stretch. This opens up the hip, which helps with the range of motion in the hip, which can indirectly help your lower back pain. Again, to make it a little more difficult, you can scooch this leg up, the bottom leg up to your glute, and you can raise up and pull with your hands on the lower leg. It's a great stretch for piriformis tightness that might be causing sciatica. The next two stretches I'm going to show you are excellent stretches to help alleviate your lower back pain. It's one I use with patients all the time, and I find they're very effective. If you like this video so far, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe button below. If you subscribe right now, tell me, leave in the comments, and I'll answer any questions and reply to your comment specifically. Okay, on to the final two stretches that I find very effective to help stretch your low back and relieve low back pain. The first one is called a figure four, and basically it's a very simple stretch, but yet it stretches many different muscles that could be contributing to your low back pain. So very simply, we're going to get on our side. Again, you can have a pillow here to support your head if you need to. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take our one hand, grab under our knee, and the other hand's going to grab our ankle. What we're going to do is we're going to lean back and shoulders on the ground while we're pulling both ways. Again, very gentle. You're going to feel this in many different spots. Depending on what muscles are tight is where you'll feel. For some of you, you might feel in your hamstrings. For others, you might feel in your psoas. And still others might feel in their lower back because there's some rotation involved. This is a great stretch for multiple joints, multiple muscles, fascia, tendons, and your low back ligaments. This last stretch is a very simple one. It's a stretch that's going to stretch out your lower back as well as your thoracic spine. And sometimes when your thoracic spine's not moving properly, your low back will be sore as well. Very simply, we're going to get on all fours. We're going to take the back of this arm to this elbow. We're going to bend the elbow and we're going to reach down and try to put back the arm on the floor. And now on the opposite side, again, we're going to take this part of our arm. We're going to keep neutral spine when we're on all fours. We're going to bend our elbow, come back, and stretch. Tell me what you thought about those two favorites that help my patients in my clinical practice. Leave it in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer your questions. Click this video here if you want a few other low back stretches that you can do to help alleviate some of your low back pain and stiffness. If you want a great core routine, this video here is a 6-minute core routine that's going to strengthen your core to keep you strong, healthy, and pain-free. Thanks for watching. Can't wait to see you on the next video.